Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining us. My name is Stella Olivia Kikoyo, and I'm the editor-in-chief of the Stellar Woman magazine. Stellar Woman magazine is here to bring you thriving women's stories, knowledge, and experiences so that you too can learn one or two things, make a change in your life, and thrive. We believe that knowledge is power, of course, or if acted upon, and we're here to transfer lights that emulates from one woman to another woman across the globe. This has been work that we have been doing since actually the beginning, and we've got great feedback in regards to this information. People are inspired, people making changes because they tap into other women's stories. So today we are thrilled and honored to have an amazing stellar woman. And this woman is all the way from Portugal, and we're thrilled to have such a global perspective and tap into knowledge, but also stories and perspectives of different women doing amazing things and making impact. And this amazing woman is Teresa Gonçalves. Teresa is so many things, a mother, and she's also a chief financial officer for SATA Airlines, but she's also a member of the board. She has had a lot of experience, not only just in airlines, but also in telecom and other amazing things, as we're going to find out. She has also been an owner and still has a lot of things that are coming her way. She's a dream woman, a woman to inspire you. So here we are. Welcome, Teresa.
Hi. Good morning. Thank you very much for the invitation to be here.
Thank you for having us. For being with us here. And Teresa is going to tell us more. We have a perspective, but she's going to tell us more and widen the perspective of what we think she is all about. And if you already know her, you're going to find out more about what makes her the woman that she is. So who is Teresa?
Well, Teresa is a woman, is a mother of 2 children, is a daughter, is a sister, is a friend. So I'm just a normal person with my own dreams, with my desires. I have my hesitations, I have my weakness, I have my fears, but the main thing is that I am a very happy person, and I always try to fight for my goals. And well, Teresa is just a normal woman that fights every day for the dreams I have.
Oh, amazing. That's a great perspective, because when we see a chief financial officer, we might just put you in that perspective. But when you widen it, we get to understand that you are just like each one of us.
Exactly. Exactly.
Thank you very much. So tell us, what is your backstory?
Well, I studied for 13 years in a Jesuit college in Lisbon, and I think that these years helped me to form and to be who I am today, because I had huge values that I gave for my life. Respect people, help the ones who need, be humble. So it was very important for me to be in this college. Then I went to university and took the course in economics with a specialization in finance. I did a graduate degree in finance then, and I started working in a consultancy. I worked there for 3 years more or less, and were the best years of my life in terms of learning. And this was very important for me. I worked day and night, all the weekends, but I think that this made me grow and be the person I am today in terms of in professional terms. After this, I went to a big telecom, the largest telecom company in Portugal, where I grew a lot, and I had several roles in this company. I was there for almost 12 years, well, I made several things. I restructured the company's pension fund and health fund. I was in the planning and control department, doing all the control of the financials of the company. Then I went to a very exciting area. I loved it because it was the business development, international business development, because this company had operations in Brazil, Africa, Cape Verde, Angola, São Tomé, Asia, East Timor, and I was able to do business development in all these countries and also control several companies of these companies. And I made huge things, and then I was responsible for the M&A of all the group. And was involved in several M&A transactions, very interesting. And for you to have an idea, this was the biggest telecom company in Portugal, and it was one of the biggest companies in Portugal. So it was a privilege to be able to be in this company working in M&A. It was very, very interesting. Then I had the opportunity to. I just left the company Telecom when it was sold, and I had the opportunity to work with a startup to help them to raise funds, and it was also very interesting because it was a completely different mindset, and it was very, very nice. After this, I made I made a project in Angola to restructure the incumbent company in Angola. And it was also interesting because, well, all this diversity of cultures, these ways of working, different mentalities, well, it was very interesting to work on this. And in the last years, I was in the Portuguese land transport regulator. I had the opportunity to do very interesting things there because this regulator was part of the IRG Rail. This is an association of international regulators for railway, and we were part of this association. And I was able to organize the first workshop in mobility in Portugal, and it was very, 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 very interesting to me. And then I went to SATA, and I'm in SATA for the last almost 3 years, restructuring the company, but we can talk a little bit more about this. But well, I think that my background, I have been very lucky because I have been doing very interesting things. But well, I think I have I had the opportunity to do these things because I decided to run and to go through and to chase the opportunities and to fight for this. When I organized this workshop, my president said, "I don't think we are able to do this in Portugal," and I told him, "Yes, we are," and suddenly everything went well. Was an excellent workshop with international presidents of the other regulatory bodies. It was an excellent thing that we organized, and no one believed. So I think we just need to believe that we can do it, and things will go right.
Oh wow! You're almost summarizing the interview. Wow, we have to believe it. Wow, 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 wow. I'm sure our subscribers and followers are going to tap into that, just believing that you can do it.
Yeah.
Amidst whatever kind of fears or limitations that can exist. That's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Oh, thank you very much. Now, we know you've talked about MA and all the mergers and acquisitions. You've talked about all this amazing experience that you are actually grateful for. And I think I was thinking about that and thinking, oh my goodness, this is an important attribute to tap into, being grateful for the challenges that even your work brings to you. Sometimes you can mourn about it, but another person is actually just being grateful for that challenge that takes them to the next level. So there's a lot to learn from just your backstory. Thank you very much. So what was your childhood dream career? I know we've talked about all of these amazing things, but what was the little Teresa dreaming, aspiring to be?
It has nothing to do with all of this that I talked to you. My dream career was to become an actress. And I always loved cinema, novels, movies. And when I went to the last degree in the school, I just said, well, I would love to go to be an actress and to take a course on these issues. And well, but then it was not viable because in Portugal this is not a very stable, was not and is not a very stable career, and suddenly, well, it was not well accepted. and I decided that it was just a dream and just and it's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Do you have any space for it? Do you dream about it? Do you think about it at all anymore?
No, I think that when I think about it, I go to the cinema, I go to the theater, and I just, well, I'm very satisfied with that. It's okay.
Bless you. Thank you. Thank you for giving us that. So we know that you are the Chief Financial Officer for SATA International Airlines.
Mm-hmm.
And this issue 6, is about leadership. So tell us, what does this role actually entail?
Well, this role entails a lot of headaches. And well, it's first I would like to present you a very summary of SATA, because I think it's important to understand the role then. SATA is located in the Azores Autonomous Region, and this is an archipelago composed of 9 islands in the middle of the Atlantic. So it's important to have this notion, because it's important to understand the company then. And the Azorean population that depends on the air transport to go from one island to another, and from one island to the mainland. So SATA, it's a very important company in the region, and it's a very important. And when I went to SATA was in a very difficult financial situation. These new board members went to recover the company and do elaborate a restructuring plan. Well, obviously that being a CFO, I'm the CFO of 3 companies, because SATA is a group of 3 companies. The company that flights the inter-island flights, and the company that flights the international ones, and the company that manages the airfields of the different islands. So this role entails a huge responsibility, especially now, because we have been through a process of state aid with the European Commission that was approved in June this year. The group was in a very difficult financial situation. So then came the COVID. So we suddenly saw all our fleet was grounded. Everything was closed. All the countries closed the flights and canceled the flights. So I came to SATA in January. So in March 2020, we had the lockdown with all the planes grounded. So it was a very challenging period. And being a CFO of a company with financial difficulties is very difficult, because being a CFO in a company that is going through a process of restructuring with the European Commission is very special, and we need to negotiate with all the banks the credit lines. We need to negotiate with all the suppliers any savings in the contracts, payment plans, because we didn't have money, and we need to negotiate payment plans. We need to negotiate the payment of the legacy debt. We need to manage with the treasury team each payment that has to be done, implement dashboards to control the suppliers, the clients, the operation, the monthly accounts. So as you can imagine, the company with severe financial difficulties had no money to invest in its more precious assets, that are the workers. And when I came to SATA, I found a company that needed a lot of support, a lot of support in everything. So I found very demotivated workers that were not used to question things and just do it because they were told to do it. So being a CFO in SATA is very special, because we need to do everything from the beginning, and being in a process of state aid is even more special. And as a CFO, I had a huge I have been leading this process within the Commission and within the government. And well, it's been a very challenging process here. All these renegotiations, and as you can imagine, when I came to SATA as a CFO, no one believed in SATA. So then I needed to start talking with all the stakeholders to keep this relation and to do the things from the beginning. It was a very challenging period. It was a very challenging period, but I think that things are going well now. Well, going better.
Doing well. Thank you very much. And it was good that you took us through understanding what SATA is all about, SATA International Airlines, and its importance to the people of the Azores. And it was an honor to actually, it was lovely to see the islands and to actually fly SATA Airlines. It was really some exciting moment for me there. Okay, so you are also an executive board member of SATA International Airlines. So please share with us what this role entails, because we hear about board members, executive board members, but many women wouldn't know whether they are worthy of being a board member, and what does it actually entail?
Okay, so well, an executive board member is a key decision maker in a corporation, and usually from the board of directors, such as the chairman, the vice chairman, the secretary, usually are these figures. And you may often find executive officers like CFO, CEO. So the thing here is that the board of directors meets regularly and oversees the company governance. So the distinction between governance and management is very important, because the governance includes making policies and important decisions. So as an executive board member, we have this, I have with my colleagues, this duty. And while the management involves implementing those policies and decisions, and as a CFO, I have also this duty to implement and to control and to, so I have these two roles. One is more strategic and more decision making, and the other one is a more to execute and to control the execution of the operation. So we have these two roles I have these two roles in the company.
Oh, great. That's amazing. That's amazing job that you do that. Do they ever get in conflict?
No. No, because when I decide something, I am always trying to see how to execute and to control. So no, they don't conflict.
They just work well together.
Yes.
To enhance you as the person. Okay, thank you. In your professional conduct. So thank you very much. So you are in positions many women wouldn't consider for themselves. How did you manage to get there? How did you get there? I think you gave us a bit of it in terms of your backstory, but specifically, how did you manage to get there? Have you always considered yourself as a leader? Because there are these amazing young girls who are always positioning themselves as leaders. Are you one of those type of young girls?
Well, I think we all dream to be a leader, or I think that probably sometimes we don't know when we are young. We don't know what is a leader or what we just dream to be important and to be something important. But I think that well, I got here where I am with a lot of hard working and many weekends and nights working hard, very hard, and that's the thing that I have to say, because I made all my way to get here with a lot of work and dedication. And the ones that think that hard working is not needed, it's not true, because initially I started in a consultancy company and was a consultant, and as I told, I worked day and night, weekends, but these were wonderful days because I learned so much. And then when I went to the telecom company and was there for 11 years, I was an analyst, but then I started to grow in the company, because I think that when the companies see that we deliver the work, we think out of the box and we can do things very good and correctly, they want to promote us. They want to give us space to grow, and I had my space to grow, and I think that all the opportunities that appear, I catch them, I caught them, and I was able to prove that I was able to do that, and but with a lot of hard working, and well. But I always did that with pleasure. So for me, it was not a bad thing, because I love what I do. I was not able to, even if I win the lottery, I would never stop working, because I like to work. I like to do these things.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's a great distinction, distinction of yourself from other people. If other people want to retire, they will just go on holiday and want to retire. There you are. You're just so different. You are saying that you love the work that you do. And you've also told us about the fact that it was hard work, but hard work with pleasure. Weekends, putting in all the time, evenings, to see you where you are. So you did not just get there by chance or by any other means, but through hard work.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much. So what do you love most about your above roles, the being the chief financial officer and or being the executive board member? What do you love most? What is that thing that you're talking about in terms of
this experience has been very, very, very grateful for me. First of all, because, well, being a CFO is very good, because I control all the company. Since I have access to the financials of the company, then I can control, and I have a vision of all the company and of all the areas, operational areas, staff areas, I have the control of all the company, and I have a very good vision of everything. And that's great because, well, it's very good to be able to do that, and to be able to then change anything that is wrong, or well, it's very, very, very interesting to know all the business and not just part of the business. And honestly, this role that I am doing in SATA as a board member and a CFO, it's very, 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 for me, it's wonderful, because I had to learn how to be a leader, how to be a good leader, and dealing with people, it's very, 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 very good for me. I think I learned a lot, and this is very, very good for, and this is one of the things that I love in my role. It's solve the problems and deal with all the workers and my colleagues in SATA, and it's very, very, very good, very nice.
Oh, very good. Thank you very much for that. And if we have to ask, what's challenging in that role? What's your biggest challenge?
Well, my biggest challenge is to my biggest challenge is to pay the salaries at the end of the month and all the bills. But my biggest challenge is to keep all on board, all the workers on board. And I didn't have that idea, but suddenly people have a big necessity to talk with us, with the board. And one thing that I decided is that I talk with everybody. So the challenge is to be able to hear everybody and to have time for that, and to dedicate time for them, because I think that's the most important thing. And well, this is a challenge.
Yes, it is a challenge, because it's a big corporation, and you want to be a good leader, you want to be able to listen, and we know that is really huge. But I think listening is a key attribute for great leaders. So thank you for giving us this perspective of seeing the vision as a woman and being in that role that sees a big international airlines vision and giving direction for it. It's just amazing. And we are grateful that you are in that position, and that, you give power. Your position enables other women and young girls to feel that they too can do it, if you can do it, if you can be there. So keep going up there, because we still need you to keep making it possible, showing other women and girls that they too can make it. So how do you define success?
Well, for me, success is feeling that we achieved our goals. It's feeling that we have done our best. Success can be achieved when you try to do your best in all aspects of everything you do. So success for me is overcoming fear. Success for me is learning something new each day. Is loving and being loved back. Is not giving up. It's celebrating all the victories. For me, success is the ability to learn something and to be realized with our goals, the things that we define to want to achieve.
Yes. The things that we define, anything that we want to achieve, however small or big, as long as we achieve it, that's our success. Yeah. But also, yes, being loved and being loved back. So all of those define your success. Thank you very much. So because this issue is about leadership, how do you define leadership?
Well, for me, leadership, my definition of leadership can be different from the other people, and but the most important thing is that each perspective of leadership presents different qualities and processes of a good leader. And leadership is from your own perspective, but is overall someone who possesses unique qualities and who is motivated to make a positive change in your life, so in our lives. And I think that leadership is a quality that motivates to make a positive change in our lives, and the ability to do this
motivates to make positive change in someone's life. Okay, great. Thank you very much. So what are the qualities? What are the qualities of a great leader?
Well, I have been thinking a lot about that, and honestly, I think that a great leader cannot be merely a good one in IQ or technical skills. And I think that the most important qualities are emotional intelligence, and I have been reading a lot regarding this, and I think that self-awareness, knowing one's strength, weakness, drives, values, and impact on others is very important. Self-regulation, controlling our impulse, our moods is very important. Motivation, empathy, understanding others' emotional makeup is very important, and also social skills. It's also, I think that these five that I said are extremely important to a good leaders, and I think that are the most important things. I am always motivated and committed to the success of my team. So I think that this helps, these emotional skills that I told you, I think that contribute to gain the confidence of employees, to help them, and I think that these are the most important things in leadership.
Thank you very much for that. And what is your leadership style?
Well, I try to, first of all, I try to be very close with my teams, and to work directly with them, and to give them feedback, to listen to them, to understand their problems, to be with them, to work together with them. I think that alone I cannot do anything, and I cannot lead anyone. So I need to understand their problems, their fears, and I need to be by their side, fighting with them, and be an example for them to how to do things, and explain them, give them feedback. I think that my leadership style is work closely with my teams.
Work closely with the team.
Yeah.
Very good. Quite democratic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it has been working very well.
Very good. Very good. Thank you for that. So how do you, I think you've told us a bit of that. How do you keep this SATA team motivated despite all those kind of obstacles or challenges that you face, that you could be facing as an individual or many times as an organization?
Well, I try to find out what motivates them individually, so that I can speak to how a goal or change is going to benefit them, and I think that's important. I ensure that I have the right amount of positive and constructive feedback, because it's important to give positive and constructive feedback to help them to perform their function and the things that they are doing. And one thing is that my actions always match my words. And when I speak to my team, I speak with conviction, and they are on board with performing their best, and I want them to see that I'm with them. So I try to inspire them. I try to encourage them. I try to engage others with and I believe that listening my colleagues and taking time to understand their wants and their needs, I can boost engagement, and that's very important. Build trust, and I think we need to keep a positive attitude. And the more positive we are, the more confident my team will feel, and that's my biggest priority, is to be always positive, even when I want to kill myself. But I know that I cannot achieve success alone, and it's important to have a collaboration and to have a good communication and to share the vision I have with my team. So I always try to provide regular feedback, and well, I think that they are very motivated. I think that I can do that. It's not easy. SATA has been gone through big problems. They were very demotivated when we arrived in January 2020, and it was a hard-working process to get them on board and to say now this will be different, because they were used to have different board members each year, and was always changing. So they were completely, they don't believe in anything. So it was, I think that I could do this work of, you are able to do things, you can do it, so we will go through this process. And I think that they are now motivated, and they want the success of the company, and I think things are going well.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you very much for that. You've given us all in terms of keeping the positive aspect and attitude towards all the employees. That's amazing. Well done as a leader. So we have a lot of things here to ask about. What could you name as some of the great leaders that inspire you?
Well, I have lots of people inspire me in some way or another, but to be honest, I have three names that I could tell you, and one is Oprah, is a woman. I think that overcoming the odds to empower an entire generation of women to succeed is her main achievement. And I think that, well, she's a good example. I think that the story we know is that her youth was filled with horrible sexual abuses, and that she could overcome that, and well, she's an example. And she also has a very humble job in raising funds to help children, and well, she has a wonderful role in society and in with women. I think that she's very important, and all women should try to understand her story and look her and see her as an example, because she fight a lot. She just came from here to here, and she's a good example. Well, I also have another example that I saw his movie, and then I went to understand a little bit more after seeing the movie of his story, Stephen Hawking. He proved that the determination and the positive attitude and thinking can overcome even over the most severe limitations he had. And I think that's very, very, very important. Everyone should see the film that was made about his life, because it's important to understand that if we have a positive thinking, because just to summarize, he had doctors gave him 1-2 years of life, and then he lived until 20, 30, 40 years more. So it's the positive attitude we have towards things is very important, and I think he's an excellent example. And also I think that there's another man. Of course we have lots of women, but well, in my area there's a man that has a very important role, Bill Gates, because he's an entrepreneur and a philanthropist, and he inspires an entire generation of innovators, of people who want to do more, want to contribute to the environment, the society, and I think he's a very important person also. So I think these are the three names I could say here. Obviously, there are lots of other people that inspire me. I have a Portuguese guy that inspires me. He was the responsible for the Lloyds Bank, and he has the name of, he was attributed the title of Sir by the Queen. He's Antonio Ortosori, and for me, he's a person that I admire a lot, because he's a great leader. He's an excellent professional. He's a Portuguese guy, but he's an excellent leader, and he inspires me a lot also.
Oh, amazing. That's a good profile. Portfolio of really great people that we can all tap into and see what their life is all about, and see what we can learn from them and improve our own leadership skills. So thank you for that. What, in your opinion, do you think hinders women from taking top leadership roles, like your roles? And what can they do to become great leaders that they are called to be?
I think that the biggest problem is the lack of readiness by companies to hire women for top positions, and by voters to elect women to higher office, or these are the major reasons. Companies are not ready for that and not prepared for that. The society is not, it's not with this mindset.
Yeah.
The other reason is obvious, is the family responsibilities, because this role always has been for women. Nowadays, I think that the society is changing. Men are more collaborative and participative in these roles, but it's still balancing work and family can be a very challenging thing for women, and I think that this is one of the main things also. The other one is that men still surpass women in having the networks to learn about opportunities and find mentors. So I think that men still have a huge network that allows them to dominate the things, and women need to be more supportive to each other. And I think that the important thing here is that even if we have our family responsibilities, we have a society that needs to change the mindset, but women cannot quit to fight to get a good job and to be promoted, and because it's important for us to fight for that, and it's important for us to be like men, because men are very how can I say, it's missing me the word, they are very they are very united. I don't know how to say the best word, but so we need to also be good to each other,
to be good
because
to each
sometimes
other.
women
Yes.
are the biggest
enemy of each other.
yeah.
Yes,
We
yes,
need to help each other, because men do that. Because
yes.
men do that.
Very good. We need to support one another.
Support,
Yes,
exactly.
yes,
What's failing me the word.
yes,
We need to support each other. Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. So great. Thank you very much for that. And what qualities do you think are lacking among leaders, today's leaders that you have? Maybe if you look at maybe the airline industry, or generally, you can answer it whichever way. It could be the political avenue, government.
I think that the biggest qualities that are lacking nowadays are take time to listen. It's very, very important, because this makes the difference. And I assure you, this makes the difference. I listen everybody who asks to talk with me, and I assure you that I spend a lot of time listening people, and then in the night I have to do the work that I haven't done during the day. So, but it's very important, Stella, because they will be more grateful for you, to you. They will feel that they are important, and that we want to solve the problems, and we want to listen to them. It's very important, and I think this is the main problem nowadays. No one listens to anybody, and provide the right feedback. I think that's another thing that is lacking, and people need to have constant feedback from what they're doing, to understand the mistakes they are doing, the things that they need to improve. It's very important to do that. And another thing that's important is that the companies realize that they must invest in people. They must invest in people, because if they don't invest in people, they will lose them, or they will have people that doesn't know how to do things, and then they will spend more money trying to get these services out of the company. And well, so I think that these are the three things that are lacking nowadays.
Lacking. Thank you. Thank you. So as we move to leadership and talk about all these things of success being at the top, there's one thing that people are always thinking about that stops them from taking the journey, and that's failure. How do you see failure, and what is your view of failure?
Well, I think that we all experienced it, but only some people know how to learn from it and to be more successful in the future. So failure for me is defined as a lack of success, or the inability to meet the expectation we had to do something. I think that failure for me is a way of learning things, and failure is a way of knowing how to avoid mistakes, and is the path that we need to go through in life. I think that we all need to go through this, the failure too. And failure can be useful, very useful. We can learn from it. We can gain new insights. We can do better next time, and the right kind of failures give us new information, teach us something, and that gets closer to our goals. And I think that if you aren't failing, you aren't taking big enough risks. So I think that this is, for me, failure is learn.
Very good. Failure is learning, and if you're not failing, it means you're not taking big risks.
Yeah, exactly.
That's very good. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know. So have you failed at anything important to you before?
Yes, I did.
Well,
I used to have a fashion shop, a clothes shop. A few years ago, when I left the telecom company, I decided to open a fashion shop. It is something that I love to do, and this was a dream. So honestly, I didn't know anything about this. I never had a business, so I started from the beginning, and I needed to talk with the suppliers. I need to go to see what system was used, how I should do in terms of tax, in terms of everything. So suddenly it was a new world for me, and I had the shop for 3 years, and then I closed it in the beginning of 2019, end of 2018, because the revenues I got were enough to cover the fixed costs, but were not enough to buy the collections, were not enough to have a more diverse activity. And I learned a lot with this because I made lots of mistakes. Now, looking back, I can list all the mistakes I've done and all the bad things that I shouldn't have done. And if I open a shop now or another business now, I would do everything completely different. So this was a failure, but I learned a lot with it. As a person, I learned a lot dealing with people, because I was in the shop in the weekends and sometimes in the end of the day. At the end of the day, I was in the shop, and I deal with people was a very interesting experience. And have this experience to have to go abroad to buy the collections and things was an excellent experience. So, but unfortunately, I had to close the shop. It was not viable. But I learned a lot. I know that this brought me a lot of new things and good things for my work, for my day-to-day work. And if I open another one, I know that will be much better because I will not do the same mistakes and the same things.
Okay, great. Thank you. Will you be opening the shop?
I hope so. One day. It's my dream.
Yeah. One day. Thank you very much. And okay, so how did you find yourself moving forward? Because many people would slump on that failure and feel like the world has come to an end. How did you actually get yourself forward to continue your life and to be the woman that you are today?
Oh, I had the shop, but I was always working in my real profession. So I had these two things, and well, I never stopped working. So it was at the same time. I think that was one of the biggest problems. Yeah, because when we have a business, we need to dedicate 100% to the business, and it's impossible to do two things at the same time. But for me, it was a shame when I closed the shop, really. I thought, well, everybody will look at me and say, you fail, you couldn't do it. And in the beginning, it was not easy. But then, honestly, I thought I learned so much with this. I understand that the mistakes I've done, it was so good for me to have this, and it was so for above everything. The decision to close the shop was a very important decision, and I think that take that decision was very important also for me. And well, I went through this, and I continue to do my work. I closed the shop. I think that well, I'm very resolved about that. It's
Moved forward. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so we know that, Teresa, you've beaten cancer twice, which is more than brave and more than daring. And to see your smile and beautiful face is just amazing, given what you've gone through. Please share with us your experience and what you think helped you to go through these tough times. So that another person can learn from it in case they are in that situation or any other devastating situation.
Okay. Yes, I had two cancers. I had one I was not expecting. I when I was doing a routine exam, I saw that I had some things in the breast, and then I had to take it was a very small thing, very controlled thing. So the doctor told me the first time, well, don't worry, this will be all okay. I just needed to do some treatments and take the thing out, and everything was excellent. And then 1 year later, the cancer came again, and then I had to take all the 2 breasts, and it was a very hard surgery, because I had to take the muscles from the back to the front. Well, it was a very, very hard surgery. It was painful. The recovery was not easy, and sometimes I see similar surgeries in the Instagram, people that go through this process in Instagram and Facebook, and they are always saying that, oh, I'm just great. It's wonderful. Well, it's not wonderful. In the beginning, it's not wonderful. And everybody that goes through this will have a bad period to get after the surgery, and it's normal. But then things will end okay. We'll be okay, because we will recover, and the pain will leave, and everything will be okay. And I think that I always had a positive thinking, because I had 2 children. I'm a mother. They live with me. It's myself and them. And I thought, well, I have to be brave. Things have to go okay, because I have 2 children to create, and they need me. So I don't care. Everything is going to be okay. And I think I always had a positive mindset on this, and it's very important. This is very important, because I never became sad. I never thought, oh my God, why me? No, never. Because if you look around, everybody has a problem, this or that. Everybody has a problem. So I never thought that I was why me? Well, no, I just thought that I have to fight this. I have to go through this, because I have a life and I need to live. I have to live. I have lots of things to do yet, and I have to go with my kids to a lot of places. And so, no, I think it's very important, the attitude, a positive attitude. This is the most important thing for us to recover and to get better. Yeah, I had other things in my life of regarding problems with health problems, but I went through those, and I think that I always had the same attitude. I always thought, okay, I have this, let's fight. Okay, this will pass. It's not easy. It's not easy. And who says that it's fine. So it's a difficult period, but then things will go okay. And we have to, in this difficult period, we have to have a positive mindset and think that things will go okay, and we will recover, and we will go to our lives. And yeah.
Wow. That positive mindset is amazing. It's really amazing, because it would be a different story from another person, really. Story, maybe someone, why me, crying over, but the way you're talking about it, someone has to keep thinking about the fact that you're talking about beating cancer twice, but you still have a great smile on. And had you reflected on Stephen Hawking's life? Had you already got that positive aspect from him by then?
I think that everybody should see the movie. Okay. And should read about him, because honestly, his positive energy is very important, and I think the message is very important. Our mind controls everything, Stella. Our mind controls everything. And there are studies that show that. There Harvard Business School made several studies that shows that positive mindset controls everything. So we need to be positive always.
Need to be positive. Oh, great. Thank you so much for sharing that vulnerable moment in your life and giving it to us in full. Thank you. So what is your greatest fear?
Well, I have a lot of fears. As I think that as all of us, all the women have. I fear change because well, change is happening, and in the world that we live. It's very it's happening more rapidly than ever before, and well, sometimes I fear change, but I have to well, we have to fight that. I fear loneliness. I fear to be alone. I fear to, so I fear that, I fear failure. I think that no one wants to fail, and well, sometimes I fear that. I fear being judged,
Criticized.
yeah, criticized. I fear that also, and well, and I fear that people think that I'm not good enough for what I'm doing. And I wonder, well, what are they thinking? So these are my fears, but I try to fight them, of course, because well, this is what makes us move, is to go through these fears and to do things, right? So, but I have fears like everybody.
Thank you. So what key lesson has life taught you?
Well, life told me that my health is my most valuable asset, and we should have this in mind. Health is an invaluable treasure, and we don't worry about it. We only worry when we see that something is missing. So this is the most valuable thing that life showed me. Then I have another thing that I am always saying: money will never solve our real problems. So money is a tool, a commodity that buys the necessities that we have, and some nice things that we want, but it's not the solution for our problems. So money can buy a nice home, money can buy a great car, but cannot fix a broken relationship, or cannot cure loneliness, or cannot bring happiness. Of course, can bring happiness if it gives us some things, but well, money is not. It will not solve our real problems. So we shouldn't move for money, only for money. And I think that life taught me these two things.
Two things. Those are great ones. Thank you very much. So if you had control over your life, I know you are in this important role that you really love, but if money wasn't an issue, if you had all the control, would you be still doing the same thing for a living, or would you be doing something else?
I would be doing the same, but I would be doing also another thing that I always liked, and I dedicated my life to do these things, but in a small proportion. I would create something that allow children that do not have means to have access to studies, to activities, to other things. I would create something that would allow them to get access to these things, and to develop them more, because I used to help a group of young gymnastics kids, and they are from nearby here, Lisbon, and they have some difficulties to raise funds to go to the championships. They are selected European, world championships. So, and they need money to go there, because these gymnastics are kids without any money, any available resources. So, and I have been working with them to try to raise funds, and had been an extremely great experience. And well, it's wonderful to see how happy they are to be able to go to Europe, any country in Europe, to compete, and they are good. They dedicate themselves. They are very good. They go there. They stay in good ranking places, and they study. They train hard. So I would do something in this area. Or honestly, I would try to do something in this area, but I would still continue to do my work because I like to do it.
Yes, you like to serve where you are. Thank you very much. So your hands are full being a single mother and being at the top of your career, running a big airlines, really seeing its vision work and being on the board as well. How do you manage to do it all? How do you do it?
With a lot of gymnastics. And here I have to say, with the help of my parents. They are my pillar. They are very important because they help me with my kids. I'm a single mother, yes, but I think that things went very well with all of this because I think I could create here a dynamic that works very well, and I honestly my kids see that what I'm doing is for them. To allow them to have to go to study here or there, to have this activity or another. So I think that things has been gone great.
Amazing. So what future do you envision for women?
Well, I hope that women continue to pioneer and advocate for one another, and I have learned that the answers we seek are already inside of us, and we just have to use use trust as the key of unlock our true potential. And well, I hope that we can be unstoppable when we trust in our magic and our things. So I think that women have a great future, and I think that women have a huge potential to be great leaders. We have and capabilities, and that allows us to be great leaders. So we just have to believe in us, and I think things will be just fine.
We just need some magic there.
Yes, magic.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So is there a woman who has inspired you to be the stellar woman you are today?
Yes, my mother. My mother, yeah, for sure. She's always been my role model because she can do anything and everything, and is always there for me when I need. And she always taught us that we need to work hard, and that we can do everything. We can help our family. We can be good at work. We just need to concentrate and to be motivated to do that. And she always told us that we should try to fight for our dreams, for our goals. So yes, my mother is a stellar woman.
That's amazing. Thank you. So what are your ideal stellar woman attributes?
Well, I think that a stellar woman attributes should be
I think the things you've mentioned about your mother.
Yes, I think the things I mentioned about my mother, people that fight, women that fight, that has the strong to pursue her aims and her desires and the goals that they define to themselves. And I think that it's very important, and to be honest, and to be always, I'm always saying the same thing, but stellar attributes are be positive, hardworking, generous, humble. I think these are very important attributes.
I think so. I think they are really touching. When you said them, I felt I was really feeling my heart really opening up to imagine being all of those things, humble, being truthful to yourself, and also being hardworking, having
Exactly.
that positive mindset. If I had all of those, the sky would be the limit. I would be living my life. Oh gosh. So we're still aspiring to have them. Indeed, we have to work hard towards that as well. Thank you very much. So if you were to go back in time, what key message would you want to share with the 15-year-old self, your later self?
Well, I think that, well, education is the key. So stay in school and stay away from punky boys, work your ass if off, to work a lot in school to I think that it's important. Education is the key. Then enjoy life, because well, live your life with no regrets. And I think that's another thing that that I would say. And also that money is not everything. And we should try to have a good life, to get the necessary to live, but money is not everything. I think that this is very important, because sometimes we just forget this, and sometimes we see people do things that they do just because they want more and more, and money is not everything. And I think that the biggest thing is that be your best self. I think that love yourself the way you are. Don't compare yourself to others. No.
Oh.
I think that's what I would say to me.
Yeah, definitely. You would see her being more free if she doesn't have to compare herself and be herself. I think she'll just have a full life. Wow. You've given her a lot there to take. Definitely. Yeah. Thank you for that. So we also have, where do we see Teresa in the next 5 to 10 years?
That question is very, it's very, I don't know what to say, because, well, I see myself doing this probably in another company, probably in another country, probably, I don't know, but I see myself being a leader and trying to help others to grow, to develop, trying to help companies to grow, to expand. I see myself doing this. I don't see myself doing anything else, or probably I see myself doing other things that today I can't do, but I see myself doing this, doing what I'm doing now. Yeah.
Doing it maybe
with more experience, I hope.
Yes,
but
yes. Having tapped in the past year's experience, maybe taking it to the next level.
Yeah.
But still doing the same, but also getting the most out of others. That's great. Thank you very much. And do you have a life mantra?
Yes. Yes. Well,
Yeah.
I have. Usually, I try to. My mantra is that forget today's troubles and remember today's blessings. And I think that we need to have gratitude for what we achieve, and it's a beautiful way to start and end the day. So
Wow.
I think that when we express gratitude, we see things that and the beauty of things that we need to have this. So whenever you find yourself thinking about negative things, we just need to remember that positive things change our lives, can change our thoughts, and so we need to go through this. And I think that this is the probably my mantra.
I think it's an amazing mantra. I would adopt that one. Forget today's troubles
Remember today's blessings. Yeah, yeah.
Amazing, amazing. That's a beautiful one. And I'm sure our subscribers and listeners and followers will just adopt that one. It's simple to remember, and yeah, you have to work on your mindset to keep positive. Yeah, to keep positive, and you can only move forward if you're positive. Yeah, thank you. So please leave a message for a stellar woman, our stellar woman subscribers, to help them to become great leaders. We want you to leave them a message or a challenge. What challenge would you leave them to help them to become the great leaders that they are called to be?
So I think I would like to leave them a challenge and a message for them to think and to train during the days. And I think that the biggest challenge is to be for women to be resilient. This is a quality that allows us to overcome stress and adversity. So it's very important. The other topic is to have humility. I think that we need we have to approach the situations from a perspective of humility, because it opens the possibilities we have to choose, and I think that we can gain a lot with that. Then we have to help others, and we have to help people, to coach our employees, our colleagues, to mentor them. I think it's very important to volunteer our time to connect to others and to listen their ideas. The other thing that I think it's important, and I will leave here, is take risks. I think it's scary, but we need to be more confident, and women need to stop thinking that they cannot do it. No, they can. They can. Even better, they can. So the other thing is that we should never compare with ourselves with others. Each one is each one. So we should never compare with the others. And we should always demonstrate strength with grace and kindness. I think we don't have to be bossy, rude. We can be kind and show our strength. And so I think it's important. And well, we need to take care of ourselves. And this is very important, because we can work hard, we can do everything, but it is very important that we take care of ourselves, and we take some time for ourselves. And this takes to the other question that you made me before. Our health is our best asset. So I think these are the key messages I just want to leave for women. And
wow, it has been amazing. So there you are. You have to be a resilient woman. You have to be positive. You have to know how to motivate others and to have humility. And then you also have to know how to take care of yourself, remember, because like you said, you're one of your, what life has taught you, that your health is your wealth.
Yes, it's true. Yes, it's true. It's true.
Those are key lessons, but you've taught us so much, Teresa. Thank you so much for giving us this time to really give fully. You've given us fully, just been so generous with your experience, telling us your story and sharing all the knowledge and expertise that you have had in this area, and especially in your role as not only just as a woman, but also a woman in a key role. Teresa is a chief financial officer of SATA International Airlines, and also a board member of SATA International Airlines, but she's also a mother, a single mother of two. So you can see how she is able to keep herself, be resilient, and continue to raise her children, who are actually amazing children. We are not talking about children today, but they are amazing children. And that's another time we need to tap into this knowledge, how she has made it there to make them the human beings that they are today. That we shall see if Teresa will have time to give us that bit of knowledge. But as she has shared, she has also got help from her parents. It's really good to tap into other people who can be able to help you to see the resources that you have around you. So it's really tapping into this amazing stellar woman who is so positive, and we can learn so much from that. It has been great having you, Teresa. Thank you so much for your dedication of your time today.
Thank you very much, and sorry for my English, but this is not my native language, so sometimes I know that was a messy, but
not
thank
at
you
all.
very much.
Not at all, not at all. It has been so beautiful, so beautiful. Having hearing you flow like that, it just seems like no, not at all. I didn't hear anything.
It was a pleasure to be able to give my contribution to talk with you, really.
Yeah, thank you. I know you have to go for another meeting. This is the Stellar Woman magazine. We continue to bring you thriving women's stories like Teresa, and experiences, knowledge, so that you too can learn one or two things, make a change, be inspired, and thrive. Remember to take action, and remember that as Teresa has said, you can do it. All you have to do is to believe in yourself. If she has done it, you too can do it. Please tap into the knowledge and share with other women this great knowledge. We love you. Thank you so much, Teresa.
Thank you very much. Bye.